Good afternoon, leaders of color. I am Rashonda Williams with Collective Impact, and we are back with another episode of Impact News for your weekly dose of nonprofit grants and social impact trends. It is the end of the first quarter, and we got some goodies for you all today. Our mission with Collective Impact is to help nonprofit leaders of color run successful and efficient organizations, which means they can create jobs, they can solve these social issues that are plaguing their communities. And we do that by giving access to capital and a network of professionals who are trained to do done for your organization, from grant writing to marketing, all the things needed to run a successful nonprofit organization. So we are going to start first with community spotlight. Last week, I briefly talked about the Detroit Nonprofit Day, and this Friday they are having their pre-conference soiree. So the Detroit Nonprofit Day, their conference will be in fall of 2023, but they are having this pre-conference soiree for networking, just to get to know the communities in the Detroit, Michigan area. And they will be giving on the spot unrestricted grants to organizations. So the website, if you purchase a ticket, and the tickets range from $25 to $50. If you purchase a ticket, then you can also submit an application to pitch your organization to win the $5,000 grants on the spot. Did I say unrestricted funds? We know we love unrestricted funds, right? So the information to get your ticket for the Detroit Nonprofit Day pre-conference soiree, which will be this Friday, March 31st in Detroit, Michigan. The information, um, the address, all the things will be in located in the link in the comments and or show notes. And then once you get your ticket, you will also get access to the application to submit for the pitch competition, which is $5,000 on the spot. So great opportunity for organizations in Detroit, Michigan area, even Ohio, because it's so close. I'm in Ohio, so Detroit is like 45 minutes north of me. So even Northwest Ohio and Michigan nonprofits, this is a great opportunity to one network with other organizations and grant funders, and also to win $5,000 on the spot grant funding, unrestricted funding for your organization's mission. All right, let's get into what is trending. So, shout out to JPMorgan. They invested $350,000 in nonprofits led by Black women earlier this month. There were 8 Black female leaders of nonprofits located in Washington, D.C. area, in concert with the Center for Nonprofit Advancement. They received this funding on March 9th. Now, let me pause for the cause for a second. You see partnership there, right? JP Morgan Chase Bank partnered with the Center for Nonprofit Advancement in Washington. So, what does that mean? A lot of organizations apply for national funding, right? But there are local organizations which are also nonprofits, but they are private nonprofits, right? We talked about that. They're private found um, private foundations with a mission to invest in local public organizations, right? So if you Google your city or your state and you look for Center for Nonprofits or foundation grant foundations in your city, you'll get a list of those. And those are great opportunities to one, network and start to develop relationships with local funders in your organization. And then they also have grant opportunities all the time. A lot of the information Tim and I find for you all, we find from these um, local foundations, and we present those grant opportunities to you. So just wanted to throw that in there. But JP Morgan invested $350,000 to organizations in Washington, D.C., led by Black women. So the article for that awesome, um, great news, right? And these are unrestricted funds. And the nonprofits won based on their commitment in the community. Again, your local foundations. So if your organization is being featured in local news, media, if they see you out and about, right? Then this is what they built this reputation in their community, right? And so they were watching them, and they just had a proven track record of serving their communities, right? And JP Morgan, they had corporate responsibility. Of course, March is um, Women's History Month, so great timing. Oregon for investing that money into their local community. But now let's get to grants. Grants. This one is awesome. This is a national grant opportunity, right? So these are amazing. But again, you got to understand that the competition is going to be fierce because you are competing with national organizations, right? When you go to your local private foundations, you're only competing with organizations in your area, right? But Finish Line, their youth foundation, they are awarding grants up to $75,000 to organizations that provide opportunities for children to participate in community-based youth athletic programs and camps that are in need of improvement and or renovations. I'm going to repeat that. Camps that are in need of improvements and or renovations to existing buildings, grounds and property, or for new facilities and or grounds. So, if your organization has been looking for a building, right? Or you have a building, but there are a lot of repairs that need to be done to it. This is the perfect grant opportunity for you, up to $75,000 to improve existing buildings or to purchase new facilities, y'all. Now, and this is the Finish Line Youth Foundation. And they are specifically focusing on organizations that serve communities of color. Yes. So there are three different grant cycles. Each grant cycle has a different focus. So, grant cycle one, their focus is health and wellness. So, if your organization's mission is centered around health and wellness, your application period for this is April 1st through May 15th. And you will be informed if you won. Grants will be awarded the end of June. Now, grant cycle two for this Finish Line Youth Foundation award, grant cycle two, the focus is workforce development. So, if your organization focuses on creating skills for individuals so that they can get jobs, then the application period for you would be June 1st to July 15th. And recipients will be um, informed they won by the end of August. Now, grant cycle 3, their focus communities. So if your organization mission is centered around creating safer communities, the application period would be September 1st through October 15th. Recipients will be informed they won the end of November. So we got May 15th, April 1st through May 15th for health and wellness organizations, July 1st through July 15th for workforce development organizations, and then September 1st to October 15th for organizations' mission to create safe communities. Now, this is the Finish Line Youth Foundation Award, which is up to $75,000 to organizations to improve your existing buildings and or purchase a new facility for their nonprofit organizations. Was super excited to see this opportunity. Not a lot of funders provide funding for um, capacity building, right? That's everything that you want to look for is capacity building grants, because you can invest in your capacity to serve more people, your capacity to hire people, right? Whatever will increase your capacity to do what your organization does, you definitely want to look for capacity building grants and Finish Foundation up to $75,000. That is a great opportunity. And as always, Tim, my right hand man, he will drop the links to apply and find out more information about the Finish Line opportunity, grant opportunity in the chats, and will also be in the show notes as well. All right. 2 weeks in a row, y'all, making good time. I'm so proud of. I'm going to go updates from the collective. So, as a nonprofit leader, you need to stay informed. You need to know you don't have to do everything, but you at least need to know what to ask for. You need to know what is expected of you as a nonprofit organization, to stay compliant, to build and maintain your reputation in the community. So we are featuring 3 books from the collective. The collective is our network of nonprofit professionals who are dedicated to helping close the philanthropic gap for organizations led by people of color. We have united with these amazing creative individuals. Everyone has their own lane of genius. And I think this one is going to cover each area. So, Dr. Beverly Browning, she is our resident grant coach and training guru. She has helped organizations get billions of dollars in her 40 years in the industry. She has a book, and these are all available on Amazon. Grant Writing for Dummies. This is the 7th edition, I believe. And this will help you write award winning grant proposals and build organizational capacity. There's that word again, capacity. So that's an area. If you are not in the position yet to hire a Dr. Beverly Browning to write your grant for you, you can definitely pick up this book. It has great tips on what funders are looking for, what your organization should include in its attachments. Um, Y'all, don't nobody ever message me, but it would be my phone would be going crazy when I'm live, right? I thought I turned it down, but I guess I didn't. So again, Dr. Beverly Browning, she has been in the industry over 40 years, written and $1 million grants. You definitely want to pick up this book if that's an area your organization is struggling in, right? It's $22 for this book, right? But this $22 to purchase this um, book can get your organization hundreds of thousands of dollars and even millions. We're claiming it in the name of Jesus. So our next featured book is um, Creating a Successful Nonprofit by Knowing the Numbers. This is written by our network CPA, Miss Rolanda McDuffie. She is newest to the network. And again, this book is available on Amazon as well. So the if your organization isn't in the position to hire a CPA, if you're doing the books by yourself, or even if you have a treasurer who has a financial background, but doesn't necessarily have experience in the nonprofit sector, this is a great book to pick up for them as well. Again, under $25 can save your organization time and trouble. And no mistakes can be made, right? Especially with the numbers and understanding the numbers, because, as I always say, nonprofit is a business with a charity status, right? So it's still a business. It's very important to know what your return on investment is, where your money is going, what can go, what needs to stay, what do you need to do more of, what do you need to do less of. Um, there is this belief that as a nonprofit your books are never going to match, right? You're always going to be in a negative, and I am not. That is not something that we want for our community of nonprofits, because when you think that way, you are going to your actions are going to just um, keep on that path, right? And again, you started a nonprofit to impact your community. And it's not just giving away items or free services, it's also creating jobs, right? It's also leaving a legacy, outlive you, right? So definitely pick up this Creating a Successful Nonprofit by Knowing the Numbers by our network CPA, Miss Rolanda McDuffie. Again, available on Amazon. And next we have a book. This is an anthology. There's over 45 business women got together on this project, and one of those amazing women is from our network, Miss Angelica G. Miller. Angelica is a business coach, social media. She focuses on social media, project management. Um, and business management. She is one of the individuals in this book, and this is Voices of the 24th First Century Women Transforming the World. You can actually get your copy of Voices of the 21st Century directly from Angelica's website, and that information will be in the show notes and the comments as well. So, y'all, we have an awesome opportunity, and will be as well for April, because April is Child Abuse Prevention Month. And we have partnered with an organization to do something really, really amazing. But I will talk more about that next week. So definitely stay tuned. I kept it under 20 minutes today. Listen, if this has been blessing you, if you have applied for anything that we have talked about, if you have any questions about any grant opportunities that we talked about, or if you want to work with the collective, definitely go to our website and subscribe to our newsletter. This information will be sent directly to you, special delivery to your inbox. Listen, I'm not about the spam. We're not going to spam you. We send out an email at least twice a month, no more than twice a month. And And also, if you apply for something, you won something, drop a yellow heart in the chats. We'd love to celebrate with you. We'd love to learn more about your organization. And follow us on Instagram at Collective Impact. We will be back next week with more social impact trends. Y'all have a wonderful week and bye.